Welcome back to more Pokemon White 2. So last time we checked out Route 3, talked about something new encounters there, and yeah, we also found End Swoobat. So yeah, not too many, I think there's only one End Pokemon left. Anyway, I actually already recorded this part, well at least tried to, but then I looked at the end, realized I wasn't recording, you know, the classic stupid mistake that can happen, so yeah, that was a bit of a bummer. But that does mean that, because yeah, that's just kind of very inconvenient to be honest. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, we're gonna go check out this area now. I did learn something kind of funny in that last recording, so yeah. So we're gonna go put on the Super Repel. Yeah, I already found End Swoobat here, so we can just, repel our way through, so yeah. So I already fought those trainers, so yeah, let's just head down. So yeah. So I think, yeah, I'll just go back to the topic I was talking about before. So yeah. So yeah, for this, yeah, let's get flashback, obviously. We can get this to Antonia, so that's the problem. And then, yeah, once we're done with this area, then yeah, you can put back on return, I guess. Yeah, something kind of weird I learned about Flash is that, yeah, you can actually remove it and the area will still be lit up. I felt like that was not the case, but yeah, I think the reason why that's the case is because, this is only one room. I think if you had multiple rooms to work with, then that would be a problem, so yeah. But anyway, there we go. Alright, so yeah, I'll talk about the topic I was talking about before, so yeah. So last part, yeah, I was talking very correctly about 3 houses, and there's a very good reason why. There's like 2 main reasons why. One is because my brother. Again, yeah, his arguments are always, very strong, so it's something I talked about before, so it's kind of hard to, argue against him. If you find a black bill here, not great for Vitra, but that's okay. But you can handle it. Just 3 more people. I won't leave this spot till I win against 3 more people. Alright. So we'll take you down then. So I got Thomas here with a swap. So yeah, let's take him out. But yeah, I don't like the fact this thing is sturdy, so yeah, I'm gonna switch. Yeah, I'm gonna be safe about that. I'm just gonna use Serena here because I know Serena can take this, so yeah. So yeah, again, I'm very cool about 3 houses because, again, like I said, my brother's influence, but also because, yeah, again, I do kind of agree with what he says too. Like, yeah, whenever he says something about, playing the game or something like that, yeah, it's very hard to disagree with that. Like, for example, yeah, I talk a lot about, the monster getting boring later on in the game. And yeah, I definitely feel that because there's like nothing to work towards, for example. Like, you kind of had to make your own fun, which, again, that's not great, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of what we were doing. It did make me kind of wish that, yeah, again, the game was, designed, better around, making sure there's still fun things to do in, post-time skip and when you're near the end of the game. So yeah, Pokemon amazing. So yeah, so that's like one thing that comes to mind. Also, yeah, what I like to say about the map design, he also agrees with too. So yeah, then over here, yeah, max 5. So again, yeah, it's something I agree with. And again, this even goes to like other games too. But yeah, it's just that I don't take as harsh of a stance, I guess. I think another good example of this is his take on Persona 5. Are you sure you want someone like me? One moving around a place like this? Alright then, I guess. So yeah, the general idea behind his Persona 5 take is that, yeah, again, we played it together, or I watched him play it, and then that was his first Persona game as well. And then I would play it afterwards. But yeah, the take is that, Yeah, he didn't really like Persona 5 that much, to be honest. And again, a lot of what he says makes a lot of sense, actually. And that's kind of thing, so yeah. Like, yeah, again, he says, like, the combat gets boring after a while, which, yeah, I can definitely see what he means by that. Because, again, it's very easy to, you know, get everything you need and then just hit all the enemy's weaknesses. It's also very easy to figure out enemy weaknesses in Persona 5 compared to Persona 3 and 4. Because, again, the enemies you fight are normally personas you can obtain, so yeah. So again, figuring out the weakness is very easy, and then, yeah, once you do that, then, you know, the battles completely fall over. And then, of course, there's all the broken things that also make the game a lot easier, but it was also strong as well. Like, again, Royal made Mementos a lot more exploitable, and, you know, insta-kill being way better, and Jose's boost to it, so yeah, again, it's very easy to snowball, and it made the game a lot easier. Yeah, again, you weren't even using, like, everything broken. You also got the Protector to get Rhydon into Rhyperia. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah, again, we weren't using, like, everything broken. We weren't even using special treatment, it was just kind of playing the game like that. And yeah, that just kind of bored him. Like, the only time he died was because he reflected himself, so yeah. And that's kind of the thing too. Persona 5 doesn't really have a great highest difficulty, I guess you could say. And even if it did, I feel like the problem is that the other game would be too brutal. So again, it's hard to say what, you know, the balance should be. Anyway, what you got? I woke up my favorite Pokemon. I remember this. I was talking about if I was a Skinner Pokemon. Then I remembered, oh yeah, I definitely was because of Raikou when I first encountered it in Fire Red. So yeah, that definitely scared me a lot. But anyway, so yeah, let's go back to this. So yeah, he's using Duo once again. I'm gonna run out of Dragon Pulses, but that shouldn't be a problem. So yeah. Yes, yeah, I don't think I'm going to need Beecher for any other train in this place, so yeah, now I'm going to use the Dark Pulse to pick it up. So yeah, and of course he doesn't like the plot either, which again, some people have already talked about. Like, yeah, the main story isn't that great, both of them, I should be saying. So yeah. That's kind of thing. Third semester obviously was a big improvement. Which, yeah, he does say, but yeah, he doesn't think that, you know, that justifies everything because it's at the very end of the game, so yeah. So far it's a very long game, so yeah. So there's that as well, so yeah. So that's kind of thing, yeah, again, what he says makes logical sense in my mind. Again, that's just kind of how Zarkins work. Again, I don't agree with them fully. You really are talking to you, because I still kind of like a lot of what Persona 5 did, but I kind of see, it kind of does feel like the kind of game that, you know, it got very popular, and it kind of feels like, I don't know, I think I'm just gonna do this actually. Geometry is gonna be good for what's coming up. Yes, yeah, then I'll swap my team after that. Alright. Yes, yeah, again, I've already played this, so yeah, it's a bit... what's going on is a little bit strange. But anyway, you get Team 47 Low Sweep, 60 power, 100% accurate Fine type move. Because it's 60 power, Burnham actually really likes that if it gets Technician, so yeah. Well, you have one with Technician, I should be saying, so yeah, that's pretty neat. What we got here? So yeah, this is where the thing is about to happen. And he sees us. These folk are born on the same day and raised together. So yeah, this guy, yeah, this is one of the strongest trainers in the game, regular trainer. Because yeah, he has a full team of 6, and they're all pretty good Pokemon. And good at Gyarados, so obviously can't go wrong with that, so yeah. And luckily they don't have the perfect lead just for that, so yeah. So I'm gonna go for the good old on the ball here. So yeah, that's what I was talking about. Again, like I said, yeah, again, I still think the game is good though. Like, is it my favorite Persona game? I don't think so, but yeah. I don't think, like, yeah, playing it was a decently meaningful experience, but I felt like, you know, playing Persona 1 and Persona 2 and Persona 3 were more meaningful, which means that it would automatically be my least favorite, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I think, yeah, we're gonna be put down as sturdy here, but that's okay. Yes, we'll outspeed, because we actually don't even go to sturdy, that's the level of advantage, I guess, so yeah. So I'll just do that. And then, yeah, I'll probably just switch out for whatever he sends it next. Yes, I knew that, yeah, that's definitely a good Pokemon to switch out of. An X-Control. Let's go into Serena for this. I'm pretty sure Serena's going to do quite well against the rest of this team, so yeah. But then again, what team doesn't Serena do well against? I guess a team full of ice types, but anyway. Yeah, that's just kind of the thing with Serena, they're very dependable, that's the thing, sure, so yeah. I'd never be glad to decide to use her Glysk on this playthrough. Anyway. So that's what I was fine, yeah, again, I don't think my, playthrough is that meaningful. It was definitely a good playthrough. I definitely think, Persona 5 is a good game, but yeah. I can definitely see where, my brother's criticisms come from. It definitely doesn't feel as, grand as Persona 3 in my mind, but yeah. I mean, that's just the way it is. But yeah, I still think it's a good game, though. Like, yeah, if you want, like, a more casual-friendly, if you want something a bit more casual-friendly, yeah, it definitely can fulfill that. I guess another thing, too, is that, I'm playing Metaphor. Metaphor is, like, constantly engaging in its gameplay, so that really shows that, yeah, there's some improvement that was made. I think it also helps that, yeah, I don't know every enemy's weakness, so yeah, I need to, figure that out, so yeah. Yeah, that's definitely one thing that makes this stuff a lot easier now that I think about it. Anyway, yeah, my brother definitely has a good point about that, so yeah. Oh, you're pretty good. Yes, I remember that they'd give me problems in Persona 3. Because I need to, figure out the enemy's weaknesses. I think in Persona 4, though, it's not that bad later on. Like, figure out enemy's weaknesses in that game's not too bad. You also get TM52 Focus Blitz. The 120 power, 70% accurate flying type move. It's a move that, yeah, you don't always want to use because of 70% accuracy, but yeah, it's kind of important though. Because, yeah, without it, Psychic type Pokemon, for example, they can't actually hurt, Dark type Pokemon, for example, that well. So yeah, it's kind of a necessary evil kind of move. Especially because, yeah, again, a lot of Pokemon don't get auras here, especially back then. I think they made it a bit easier in later games, but yeah. This is not one of those games, so yeah. I think, yeah, that's, yeah, mainly everything I wanted to talk about on the topic. Again, yeah, I think one of the more inverse things is that, yeah, you said that, Persona 5, oh yeah, that's Focus Plus. Oh yeah, Ezra also gets Focus Plus, I remember that. But anyway. So yeah, let's get returned back. But yeah, again, I think one of the more infamous things says that, yeah, Persona 5 is worse than level 1, according to an old tier list he made. Yeah, I don't know if I fully agree with that, but anyway. It is what it is, I guess. But anyway. Then again, though, like, but I kind of see, again, like, playing Persona 1, I keep saying I'm playing with the other Persona games I have, yeah, I feel like they were more meaningful experiences, so yeah, I can kind of see, again, where he might be coming from, so yeah, except for maybe the first verse, I thought the plot was pretty good there, but anyway. I guess another thing too is I think the fan base might be one reason that he doesn't like the game either, which yeah, I can kind of get too. There's some pretty insufferable people sometimes, so yeah. So that might be one reason why he feels that way too, so yeah. Yeah, some Persona fans can, give you a really bad impression of the series, let's just say, but anyway, that's long as assume that. Then talk about breeding last time. Don't you have a bicycle? Can you ride one? Here you go. Go. People ride bicycles, so cool. Yeah, the Deika man used to get the bicycle in Black Lion. I'm pretty sure that's why that person's there. Sometimes they let my big brother play together Pokemon too. I'm Deika man. We take care of the precious soak of other trainers. If you like us to raise your Pokemon, have a word for my wife. So yeah, this is why the breeding all sequence to play. Pokemon left in the Deika then moves as they grow. So if you just leave them there, you might forget an important move, yo. Pokemon evolve while they're being kept at the Deika. Yep. So yeah. Let's put on the repel. let's go over here. So I guess, yeah, while I'm trying to hunt for items, say like this nice PP up, yeah, let's talk a little bit more about breeding and what I learned. Basically, yeah, there's actually quite a few mechanics that are in this game. Like, yeah, and Everstone, you can use that to pass down Anutra. You can use power items to pass down IVs of that stat. It corresponds to. Basically, you can see Stumpers to this point when the sun goes down. Kind of weird because I don't think Stumpers is actually in Canada. Well, I'll be. Those are some sparkly gym bars. You have 8 of them too. That just shines so bright. It's like you're gleaming as much as they are. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, let's go get some more items here. So yeah, those are some of the important things. And then yeah, there's some other like mechanics too, like how inabilities work with breathing. It's kind of complicated, but yeah. Damage sheets can be used over and over, right? I tried so many different things. It's sure hard to decide, eh? Then again, yeah. It's definitely... oh my, your metal blocks. The gold special metals are particularly sparkly. Life is special. Treasure every day and don't pass a day the same way twice. Let's also get this max elixir. So again, yeah, definitely something I could, involve myself in, but of course it takes a while because, yeah, again, what you're basically trying to do is you're trying to make it so that, yeah, both parents have really good IVs, and then obviously, I think the Pokemon is guaranteed to pass, well, the parents are guaranteed to pass on some IVs, I think. I have to give you this. A big pearl. You can't pass on all of them, though. I'm pretty sure that's, to live quiet and do a lot of fishing and truly live in my ideal existence. I mean, that's mainly a thing in Gen 6, because, yeah, the Destiny can help you pass on a lot more IVs than you could previously, so, yeah. I don't know exactly how it does it, but, yeah, I remember I was using that a lot for my shiny hunting. I assume method shiny hunting, so, yeah. The factories once busy days, many dreams still linger in the dream yard. The Pokemon led by those streams may be somewhere about. Fire-type Pokemon weak against Water-types. That's why Chili has trouble winning against Cross. So yeah. So again, yeah, definitely something I could engage myself. It's just that, yeah, it does take a while. So yeah, so that's why again I'm thinking of the joining the Pokemon. So yeah. Anyway, hi, let's play Pokemon Rock Faces. I'm really good at being all my friends. Are you ready? Here we go. Shoot. Yeah, I won. Wow, I lost. I'm gonna shake over. So yeah, we get Rock Paper Scissors competition. Don't figure out a way to win every type of short. I won't play anymore. There's a mole who I've been a fan of for years. Her name is Elisa, and Pokemon strong too. Are you Bowder? You're really something. The GTS links the world from the second floor of Pokemon Center. The full name of the GTS is the Global Trade Station. Now in Driftless, you can find the Pokemon World Tournament. It's the PWT for short. So yeah. Training 5-type Pokemon are my favorites. They don't do well against Water, Rock, or Ground type Pokemon and moves. The thing about how to compensate for that is one of the fun things I've been enjoying. Yeah. When I was watching those Oracle CM videos, the person refused to use any Fire-type Pokemon because they're Fire-type is the reason. I think it's because of, the Earthquake weakness, for example. You see Earthquake a lot. So, yeah. Sometimes I look through my PC books to pick on interesting Pokemon to raise. There's so many things you never know until you raise some Pokemon. Could be also other things too, like, bad matchup against Water-type Pokemon, for example, so yeah. It's interesting to think about, because Fire-types can be very good in, like, the Suns, so yeah. I guess if you're not using the Sun, I guess you don't really need them. I explained to someone what I learned at school. I'm more connected to people thanks to Pokemon. I think I'll go check out the houses first. The Pokemon type and the move type are the same. The move's power increase. The Pokemon's holding a gym of that type, the move's power goes up yet more. Yeah, gyms are very strong. The gym is gone, but the gym yard still bustles with trainers looking to improve. There are times when you want to catch Pokemon in dark places, right? I'll share some of these with you. Good old Dust Balls, can never go wrong with these. Dust Ball works well on Nironic Cave, plus it has a most excellent name, Dusk, the Dust Ball. And they can catch and control a darkness Phantoms. So yeah. So there we go. Kinda left for Castilla Sea. What's so great about the sea anyway? There's some people left that felt the presence of mysterious Pokemon in the dream out lately. It must have taken a lot of resolve for Silent Chili and Crest to resign as Gymnians and leave to go retrain themselves. I don't really know what it means, so the current Seekers version 3.0. Bill, Annette, Bebe, and Amelia. They're all admins of the Pokemon store system. Getting an upgrade. Let's go down here. And let's go up here. Oh, trainer, this is all I got, but don't be shy. Take it with you. You get the nice Great Ball. Not too many Pokeballs. This may be a simple Great Ball, this one Great Ball may help you out. Yeah, good point. Maybe about to see more deeply and understand me. That's why I know exactly what my husband's thinking. One your age, you can have Pokemon battles if you have Pokemon by your side. We use the internet, there are many people to battle. Traveling trainer, does your family call you out in the actions here, or do they wait for you to call? So I plan on going aboard again and doing some Pokemon battling. I've already discovered a lot about things you took for granted. What sort of nicknames do you give your Pokemon? What I like to do is give all my Pokemon names that end with Ington. Python, I guess? Anyway. Alright, that should be all the houses, so... Actually, I think there's also an item over here. A timeable, not too bad. Probably gonna restart because, yeah, there's gonna be something in the dream yard, so yeah. Which unfortunately I won't be able to do this weekend because, again, I failed to record this part earlier, so yeah. But what's coming up, I kind of want Feature, so yeah, let's do that. The wide lens and zoom lens are very similar. Here's the difference. The wide lens boosts actually at 10%, the zoom lens boosts actually at 20%, both the holder moves after the target. That means the zoom lens is best for slower Pokemon. You can't abuse it with Trick Room either, so yeah, the Pokemon has to go last. But yeah, there's obviously some Pokemon that can take advantage of this, so yeah. It's just that, yeah, I think people are more inclined to use like something that boosts power and then use like a Trick Room to make the Pokemon move first, so yeah. What kind of mysterious powers called abilities? Some work even when the Pokemon's non-battle. For example, when a Pokemon with a such cuts or stickle abilities at the front of your play, you're more likely to get a bite when fishing. Yeah, that's one reason why chain fishing is very good in X and Y for showing thing. So anyway, which of the following varies cures confusion? So for the next question, the move Swagger raises the target's attack. It also causes which stats condition to be used. We have a winner, fantastic answer. There's a prize for you. So we get some Perseverries. Here's a copy keys of Dullval. Have one of your Pokemon hold a Perseverry, then have the other one use Swagger on that Pokemon. The attack will go, the berry will heal the confusion immediately, then it can hit the opponent harder. There are many possible combinations of Dullvals. I think, yeah, one thing is that obviously you can use an own tempo Pokemon in a strategy like that, so yeah. So apparently increase the number of schools to meet the amount of trainers, so yeah. Here's all the stats conditions. Alrighty, we got this guy. Yeah, you can use on tempo with Swagger as well. It's pretty good as a result. So yeah, I think there's also like a battle CD where you like skill swap own tempo onto a Pokemon Thrash. So yeah, there's also that. Anyway, I'm gonna need to help this guy out. Usually ground type moves can't hit a Pokemon with the levitate ability. I'm sure there's some way to do it. I just can't for the life of me figure out how. There's several ideas, but I can't decide which one to try. That's why I want to get your opinion on the matter. That's like some advice about items. I want to use Trick or Surgery to give an item to a Pokemon that has a levitate ability so I can hit it with ground type moves. When they're saying which item to give, I thought the item might work, I'm not sure though. Leaving is the other good idea. Sounds good. I knew it. Hearing you say it makes you feel much more confident. Lasting an iron ball to a Pokemon levitate means ground type moves can hit it. Thanks. Let's pick a bring is that okay? So yeah, as you can so yeah, you might be able to catch on what this guy's all about. There's also moves this time. Certain moves on a Pokemon with a levitate ability, and then use a ground type move on it. I think that could work. And yeah, as turns out, all of these do that. Smackdown is probably the least effective because I think it only works for the next turn. Gravity lasts 5 turns, and Gas Strike lasts until the Pokemon switch out. So yeah, I think I'll say Gas Strike. That's right, Gas Strike eliminates the effects of abilities. That means levitate won't work anymore. So if I use Gas Strike, then I use a ground type move. Again, no thanks. So yeah, let's do one more. A little advice about abilities. Apparently some moves will let you hit Pokemon that have levitate with ground type moves, but I'm not sure which one to use. Mold Breaker, Terrible, Turbo Blaze all seem like good choices. I'm close, so I can't decide. Yeah, all these do the same thing, but Mold Breaker is actually on multiple Pokemon, so yeah. I guess that's fine. Mold Breaker lets you use moves regardless of the type of ability. Levitate won't matter, so you can land, hit up the hill ground zombies. Moldbreaker is so cool. Viva Moldbreaker. Thanks, because you're prepared for Levitate. Now I'm even more prepared for anti-Levitate tactics. Now no matter which Pokemon I face, victory is assured by a Levitating Pokemon. Well, how do you dare bound my invincible Pokemon Levitate? So we taught him how to counter Levitate, so now he's going to use this Levitate team and fight those counters. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And yeah, all these Pokemon, yeah, they're perfectly lined up to use one of those anti-Levitate strategies against. So yeah, here's about Rotom here, which is weak to ground. Yeah, all the Pokemon weak to ground if they didn't have Levitate. So yeah, so kind of an interesting trainer. And he has a Gengar. So yeah, we'll go with that Pulse out. I don't know, I always like, gimmick trainers like this, I guess you could say. They're kind of interesting. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. Take out the Gengar. And yeah, that Tross. So yeah, let's go for the Dragon Pulsar. To try and take it out. And there we go. Too bad. And yeah, one Dragon Ball should be enough for Weezing as well. So yeah, let's go to the Dragon Ball Sir. Yeah, I do like Levitate. It's a very convenient ability, especially in Melvals too, so I quite like it. Cool, that's a trainer that, rolls a strategy around it. I was so excited to. I thought I was completely prepared for anti-Levitate tactics. In real battles, things never go as well as you think. Or maybe you're just that good. Those are both good points, I guess, anyway. Let's go over here. Yes, yeah, this Pokemon says kind of important. So yeah, because it has a TM shop. So let's heal up. Because yeah, Vitra did a very good job once again. So yeah. So there you are. Alrighty, so yeah. Let's get Serena here. You know about Gristiafas? Since early times of snow, people make a bouquet of Gristiafas to give someone to show their feelings of appreciation. Actually, lots of Pokemon. I mean, a lot of Pokemon makes looking at the Pokedex or the PC box so much fun. If I were Jimmy, I wouldn't have quit. I would have felt like it was a waste. Here's who we're looking for. We can now get Calm Mind and Bulk Up. Calm Mind boosts special attack and special defense, Bulk Up attack and defense. Very good moves, a lot of Pokemon really like using them as part of their strategies, so yeah. Alright then, so yeah. So I want Serena for this. Do I want Serena for this actually? That's a good question. Do I want John Tracy? Or do I want Antonia? Antonia seems like a fun option for what's about to happen, so yeah. And Antonia might not work out, but that's kind of the exciting thing about Antonia, because if it does work out, it's really fun, so yeah. This is a delicious restaurant where you can also enjoy Pokemon battles. So what I want to do here is, yeah, we want to chat with these three. Oh, today is a special day for you. Learn Striaton restaurant. This place used to be a Pokemon gym, but what happened? Hey, you got the... Oh yeah, there's no tree badge anymore. Well, why don't I tell you what happened? And yeah, we get to learn why they're no longer gym leaders now. Chiyai, listen to me. You have to study hard and become full-fledged gym leaders as soon as possible. About that, yeah, going to ends cost a year ago. The 7 stages in the Shadow Tribe wouldn't have escaped. Then nobody would say something like, 3 of you together, mate. I guess you're right. You think so? But isn't that a big... is that a big deal? Me and all made it in time, but Team Paz is still gone. It's because you say things like that. That's why people treat us like a joke. Like it takes all 3 of us together to make one great trainer. You overthink it, but I can't say the possibility is 0. Come on, you two. Don't you think it's a bit strange to get recognition and respect as gym leaders just for being bad guys? I understand what you're saying, but if things go on like this, nothing will ever change. Even if we train the other gym leaders to become that much stronger as well. And we'll battle you. Based, based on your appearance, you must be the Shadow Triad. But why are you here? We came on a whim, to vent, to pass time. It doesn't matter. 3-on-3. The first one that beat them is the strongest among us. Too easy. These three aren't worth worrying about. We must focus on the other gymnasts, and next time they won't get in our way. Well, look gets his weighing. We must catch that Pokemon. Come on. What was that? Come out here, say that again. I mean, they were overwhelmingly strong. We have to admit it. The three leaders tried to say make one full-fledged trainer. You're right. Chili, Cress. I think as long as the three of us act like the gym leaders we are now, nothing will ever change. I don't think you would be the first to say that. Of course, Cress, was thinking about that too. Alright, let's resign as gym leaders and start training over from the ground up. Then I'm sure one of us will become a trainer everyone recognizes separately. With triplets, well, I think it's the same, so you just have to become as strong as each other, and then we can be gym leaders together again. Okay, so as for the replacement gym leader, so yeah, they're all gonna, become strong themselves now. So yeah, is that they can truly aim for the top. So let's chat to everyone else. Welcome. This is a lively restaurant you can enjoy show. Trying to say these triplets like a fantastic combination. These are grass type Pokemon Sun can pick the finest leaves. These are water type Pokemon Crest can bring the finest water. These are fire type Pokemon Chili can heat water to the perfect temperature. Now we get they can make the perfect team. I'm giving out water. But yeah, now I think about it though, yeah, Antonio also doesn't do well in this battle, so you don't want to use then. Of course, I think the obvious answer is Vitra, so yeah. But yeah, maybe I'll just use Serena, I think, because Serena's close to level up. Oh, this should appear for trap. Yeah, it did in black and white, but not anymore, looks like. And you got the Watchbox working, which is kind of funny. You can't see trying to see his famous Pampor show. Okay, I'm gonna get all fired up. Ready, all Pampor? Everyone gather up. But yeah, I want to concentrate on this one. The Pampor that I'll have you follow today is this. The Pampor that's absolutely raring to go. It's only a big mushroom. Ready, set, go. Find the Pampor that I asked you to follow. I'm feeling this one. Totally correct. Receive your prize, a big mushroom for that pantsuit. Okay. That one's not easy though, because again, with how they shift around, it can be a bit hard to follow, but yeah, looks like I can do it. I must have grabbed my Pampor show. Thank you, one more. Okay, so yeah. Like I said, yeah, let's use Serena for this. And yeah, all I could do is we can battle with one of them, and then we face the other two in the multi-battle. So of course, because we're using Serena, we probably want to team up with Cress. So let's do that. A War-type special, so her name is Cress. Please make your acquaintance. You there, will you be so kind as to be my partner battle my siblings? That's wonderful. Me, Cress is your partner, victory is assured. That's correct. It shall be I, and my esteemed war types that you must face in battle. Let's begin then. On guard, use our grass type Pokemon Silent and a fire type Pokemon Chili. Okay, so yeah, let's see how this goes. This won't be the easiest battle in the world. He has some decent Pokemon on this side, so yeah. I know we can say Maractus and Heat were very good Pokemon, but hey. But yeah, on Challenge Road, yeah, your partner will have a big level disadvantage, so yeah, you're gonna be the one putting in most of the work here. So yeah, we're gonna go for the Acrobatics on Maractus. And yeah, you do have a lot of Pokemon to go through, and they are level 70, so it's a good place to train and to daily event too. So yeah, definitely won't be too difficult to get your Pokemon up to a respectable level for the end of the game, so yeah. And he actually goes to Ice Beam. So yeah. And yeah, there's a stockpile. So yeah, what to do now? Because of the next Pokemon that's about to come out, so yeah. The Ferrothorn comes out. So yeah, I'm gonna try the acrobatics on it. I think it's a 2-hit KO, maybe a 3-hit KO. Let's have a look. Looks like a 2-hit KO to me, so yeah. Anyway, Swagger. On the Heatmore. So yeah, I'm guessing it went for the Ice Beam because maybe it saw a kill on the Maractus or something like that. Then there's a Fire Blast on myself this time. I'll definitely hurt a little bit. My power. So yeah, they're going full offense now. That should one-shot the Basculin. Indeed it does. And yeah, I think both of these have leftovers. They all have one Pokemon that's leftovers. I think one Pokemon has a gem as well. Actually, no, I don't think that's the case. I just can't remember what all the hold times are. So yeah, what do I want to do here? I think I'll just go for another Acrobatics. Try to take out the Ferrothorn. So there we go. Strainer might go down here, but that's okay. He did get to level 81, which is what I wanted. And he snapped out and Fire Blast again, so yeah, that should be Serena down and out. That's okay. He did well, and unfortunately, yeah, that didn't really work out as planned. Because the Flash Fire right there. So not working too well with my ally is something I'm noticing, so I think I'm just gonna go into Vitra. But again, yeah, these guys, yeah, again, they definitely shouldn't be messed with, that's the thing, sure. So yeah, we got Flamethrower here to, actually, yeah, that worked out quite well. We're gonna take out Simisage here, so it's a 1v3. 1v2, I mean. Yeah, you might have to Carve Mine, predicted the Sucker Punch, I guess, so yeah. But yeah, this team has a stockpile up. We'll see if it has anything to hit Vitra. I have my doubts, but I guess we'll see. Here's another Sucker Punch. Doing... oh, one-shotting. Evil pretty good, I guess. Yeah, Evil's putting a lot of work in this battle. I used to wonder if I should have teamed up with Chili and maybe tried to use Antonia, but that's okay. But anyway, Simple's lost, and it's level 67, so yeah. Anyway, they also have full restores too, so again, yeah, these runs aren't no slouch, that's the thing, sure. I do remember, like, I think I tried battling before, they definitely gave me some good battles before, so yeah, I guess this is one of those battles. And yeah, there's a Scald to take it out. And yeah, this shouldn't be too bad, because it's gonna be us pounding him. It's gonna be us pounding, yeah. Like, if he doesn't outspeed, which I think he can outspeed with Dharma turn on Simipour, then yeah, he's gonna have to take the full brunt of both of us, so yeah. And Vitra's brunt is also, you know, very good as well, as you see there, so yeah. Anyway, Vitra's also level 1, so I think I don't need to bring them for the Dream Yard, because yeah, just like in Black and White 1, yeah, you need Cut and Strength for the Dream Yard, so yeah, I'm probably gonna want that. So yeah, Brave Yard is only gonna be making a comeback, so yeah. But there you go. Looks like my time was off. Ah, you got me, you have Pokemon on fire. Yeah, that was a fun battle. Attacks flow like water. You are blessed, amazing partner. And together you help me find my new potential myself. That's what I think. I like if you have to team up with me tomorrow as well. I think one interesting at Crest too, he's the only one who doesn't use a Univert Pokemon in Sleuthing, so yeah. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, here though, we got a new medal, Memory Master. That's pretty neat. And let's heal up. So yeah, I think we're gonna end this part now. And because yeah, I was able to record all 3 parts like I wanted to, because again I forgot to record this part. Hit that record button, I mean. I think yeah, next time instead of the Dream Yard, which I was thinking of doing before, I think it might be time for another movie. So yeah, we'll be starting the movies that you get in the post game. So that's let's just make sure everyone's in the right position, which I think is yeah, like this. So yeah, I think we don't need to. I might still bring Vitra to Dream Yard, to be honest. We'll see. Vitra is quite good against the Pokemon we going up against, so yeah. And like I said, yeah, I think next time, we're probably gonna take on I think next time, we're gonna be taking on Focus Studios once again. So yeah, take on another new movie. So yeah, look forward to that. See you guys again for that.